Hey guys, Tyler St. Louis with Remax Results here in Kansas City, Missouri, and I want to do a quick informative video on why not to sell your house so fast. Now, what do I mean by sell your house so fast? What I mean is don't sell it in less than 24 hours, and here is why. In Kansas City, like many other places in America right now, the market is insane. So there's a very low supply and a very high demand. And so with that, homes are selling relatively quickly. And by relatively quickly, I mean, I hear agents bragging about selling houses in hours, and it drives me insane. Now, what do I recommend in a crazy market where houses are already selling in hours? What you should do, I recommend you don't sell in less than 24 hours and you push it to at least 72 hours. Now, this is again going to be completely subjective on your home, what price point you're in, what area you're in, and what the average days on market are for homes in that specific area. And those are all conversations that you should be having with your listing agent from the get-go. Those are the questions that you're going to ask in regards to finding the price, and then from there, what you can expect in regards to receiving multiple offers, and if that's even something that's going to be fathomable for you and your opportunity or situation. With that, why I think not or waiting for at least 24 hours to pass is a minimum is because pre-COVID, and it's kind of like pre-COVID, but also just in general, people have stuff going on. So if a house hits the market and my client has something going on and they can't make it that first day, or say I have something going on, and as much as I try to get another agent to show them that home, it's not always a guarantee that the buyers are going to be able to get there on that first day of the listing. Now, pre-COVID, we used to be able to do showings, multiple showings at the same time. So you could have 10, 15, 20 agents in a house with their buyer at the same time. Now it's one in, one out, 30-minute max. And it just makes it a little more difficult to get as many showings in an earlier window of time. So again, COVID's made it a little more difficult, and just circumstances change. People have stuff going on, whether it's family, work, kids, any of those things can cause someone to not be able to get into that house when it hits the market in the first day, in the first 24 hours. So with that, I kind of want to say, hey, look, the first offer isn't always the best offer. I mean, very rarely does a listing go on the market and if there's multiple offers, is the very first offer received the best offer. So if you're just accepting the first offer that comes across the desk, there's a good opportunity that you're missing out on another better opportunity down the road. On the flip side of that, even offers in the first day aren't always the best offers. So you don't want to accept the offer that it just came across in the first day, even though you had a ton of showings. Say you got 5 to 10 offers in the first day. Who's to say I don't have a buyer that had an obligation and couldn't get there today, or I, the agent, had an obligation and couldn't get my client in there today, that he could get in there tomorrow and potentially be the best buyer, the buyer opportunity that you could see. So this isn't hard to do. This is all about the listing agent setting expectations for the buying agents. So if you see that you have a ton of showings, there's a good opportunity that you're probably going to get an offer, if not multiple offers. And as you receive multiple offers, setting that expectation of, hey, thank you so much for writing an offer. We do have multiple offers, or we're expecting multiple offers, and therefore we're not going to review any offers for 48 hours to 72 hours. Whatever you are comfortable with and your agent is comfortable with. Now, again, that is also subjective to the seller's situation. If the seller needs to get out and get going and get moving quick because, say, they're contingent and they want to put an offer on another house, then maybe you do accept an offer in that shorter time frame. Or maybe you get a buyer that's a cash buyer and they're willing to pay more than what you even believe the house will appraise for, and meet the expectations that you are asking them to meet, whether that's in present condition, so on and so forth. But whatever you are doing, you want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. So again, there are exceptions to this rule or guideline that I'm suggesting. But for most people that are expecting multiple offers, I don't believe anyone should be accepting an offer in less than 48 hours. And obviously pushing it on beyond 72 hours, I believe then gets frustrating for the potential buyers. And if you do that, I think you have the opportunity to lose offers that may have been good because people don't want to wait that long, because as other homes hit the market, they might not be able to put another offer in on a home that they might like, or miss out on another opportunity because they're waiting to hear back from you. So again, there's a fine line of setting expectations, and then making that clear to the buyers and the buyer's agent. But this whole thing of selling houses in hours drives me insane because I'm like, look, you are actually losing opportunity for your seller. Like I said, who's to say that if you sold a house in less than 24 hours, there wasn't a better buyer that just couldn't get over there today? So what I always recommend is again, setting that expectation of 48 to 72 hours, giving as many people the opportunity to see the home, as well as being respectful to the buyer's time. Written into the contracts in Kansas City, or the KCRAR contract, is a five day expiration period if left blank. So it's a default 5 days. Now again, we can shorten that, and I think it is respectful to be respectful of buyers' times and not just say, hey, we're not going to accept an offer for 5 days. That would be a little absurd. But I do think that, up to 72 hours is a good time frame for people to be able to get as many showings and be respectful to all the buyers out there that might want to see the property, as well as be reasonable in getting an answer to the other buyers that are, the one that gets accepted, and then the ones that don't, so they can continue their journey of searching for a home. Now, there's some questions you can ask your agent in regards to figuring some of this stuff out on the front. The first is, hey, what is your game plan for when you do get multiple offers, or if we do get multiple offers? Other questions that you can ask that you probably should have already asked or spoke to about or discussed are, what are the average days on market in this price point? What's the average list price in regard to average sale price to the comparables in the area? All of these questions are things that you should be discussing in regards to listing your house and deciding on what price you're going to sell your house, looking at those comps, and then figuring out, okay, this house sold in X amount of days, mine's a little bit better, so it might sell a little quicker, or mine's isn't as nice, so it might not sell as fast. And then also looking at what other homes are on the market, comparable homes at the moment. If there's nothing else there, and you're in a price point in an area that there's a very high demand, then you can expect multiple offers. So, in closing, as I said, don't sell your house so fast. Don't sell your house in less than 24 hours if you can't, if you can afford to not, again, that's subjective to situations. And be respectful of buyers' times too. Don't push them beyond 72 hours if you can help it. Make sure you get as many opportunities to show the house and get as many offers as you can, and then choose the best one. Thanks for listening. I'm Tyler St. Louis with RE/MAX Results. You can reach me at kcbystl.com.